So in this last section on the Google form, we're going to be dealing with similar figures, and more particularly similar triangles. And it's going to ask us to kind of do two things: to find the scale factor and to find the missing side length. So we'll just start off, and I know in the section it told you these triangles are similar. So remember what's special about similar triangles: the ratios of corresponding sides are equal. And we said that's important because that can help us find the missing sides. It can also help us kind of find that scale factor. But that's what's important about similar figures. Remember, not all triangles are similar. They're only similar if the ratios of the corresponding sides are equal. So for question 5, it's going to ask us to find the scale factor going from the left triangle to the right triangle. So now we're given this kind of this first vocab term, and it happens to be scale factor. And remember, to find the scale factor, we write a ratio of corresponding sides. So we know the triangles are similar. We're not trying to prove that. We're going to write a ratio of a set of corresponding sides. So let's look at a set of corresponding sides. And probably the best ones to use, and really the only ones to use at the start of this problem, are those two corresponding sides. In this case, we have 12 and we have 3. Can't use 20 and x because we don't know what x is. So it's going to tell us something important. It's going to say going from the left triangle to the right triangle. So we have our left triangle and we have our right triangle. So when we set up the scale factor, we kind of have to be a little careful about how we set it up. Because it's telling us going from the left to the right, remember we have to write the number that represents the right triangle, in this case 3, at the top of a ratio, and the left triangle side length 12 on the bottom. When I simplify 3 over 12, I end up with 1/4. That tells me the scale factor here is 1/4. And because it's 1/4, remember, if it's a number in between 0 and 1, it's called a reduction, which makes sense in this problem because notice the right triangle is smaller. It's reduced, and in this case we're given the scale factor by 1/4. That's important because that tells us all the side lengths will also be reduced by 1/4 if we're going from the left to the right triangle. So we found our scale factor of 1/4, and that last question is going to ask us to find the missing side length. Well, if we want to find the missing side length, there's a couple ways, and I know we like to just do well, I'll take this side, 20, and multiply by 1/4, which would give me 5. And that is a way to find the missing side length, but what we like to use is we like to use proportions to solve for the missing side lengths. So we're going to set up a proportion, and we're going to set up, remember, the ratios of corresponding sides are equal. So I'm going to write 2 ratios for the 2 sets of corresponding sides here. So we have corresponding sides in the blue, and we also have these corresponding sides in the red. So let's set up our ratios. And when you're setting up these ratios, there's a couple ways you can set it up. We'll use that 3 to 12 ratio because it's already set up for us. Now remember, the 3 refers to the right triangle, so I'm just going to put a little r, and the 12 refers to the left triangle. So when I'm setting up my ratio on the right side, I have to just make sure it kind of stays consistent. Number that represents the right triangle on top, number that represents the left triangle on the bottom. So we'll just make sure we stay consistent, and we have this x, which represents the right triangle, over 20, which represents the left triangle. And notice it's consistent. Okay, if you flip it, you could end up with the wrong answer. So now it's proportionate. We can just cross multiply to solve. 3 times 20 is 60. 12 times x is 12x. Last but not least, we would divide each side by 12 to isolate x, and we'd end up with x equals, in this case, 5. And notice we should end up with the same answer, x equals 5. Once again, we want to use the proportion because they're not always, we'll say, as easy as a problem like this. You could be dealing with decimals, fractions, so you want to get in the habit of using the proportion. That's always kind of often the best method to use, and you can always check your answer with that scale factor.